Good morning, everybody. Yes, today we will talk and sharing about how to design the online course and how to use the Microsoft Teams. Today, I just introduce myself first and my assistant first. My name is Dr. Komanat from Faculty of Education. And today I have the special guest just from Faculty of Education in the Department of Educational Technology and Communication, Assistant Professor Dr. Kittipong Phumpuang. Just to introduce yourself. Dr. Kittipong. Here. Yes, this is Dr. Kittipong Phumpuang. He just to answer your question, and if he have some during me to present, if he have some topic, he will show you and helping us to how to design the online course. And another one just to helping to answer your question, Mr. Chumpon Phasomsap. Just to greeting to everybody, Mr. Chumpon.
Hello everyone. Today I will help everybody about your question with Microsoft Teams.
Yeah. Today we will start and just to present slowly. Try to speaking slowly. It's very exciting today to meet you all. Okay. Before to start, have you ever been to use the Microsoft Teams? If people have been to use, just to raise your hand. Hey, have the people can raise your hand. Wow, good. So I think many people just to know about the icon of raise your hand and can use it. Okay. Before we just to practice to use the Microsoft Teams, we just to know about the theory, about the concept, how you design your online course. I think that is very important and basic before you start your online. Okay, let me share about the PowerPoint. Everybody can see that. I'm not sure. Chumpon, let me check. You can see my PowerPoint, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Everybody can see my screen, right? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure. I can listen your voice, Dr. Kittipong. It's very loud. Okay. Okay. Today we will talk about the online course design, online learning tools, Microsoft Teams, and practice to use the Microsoft Teams. First, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Komanat from Department of Educational Technology and Communication, Faculty of Education. So we can join each other. If you have a question, you can email me in this email. kopsuk@nu.ac.th. Before we start, today you should to do the survey and certification form, and I think after that, like a staff just to show you the QR code to access to do the assessment form, right? จะนำเสนอนี่ไหมคะตัดเข้าไปที่ assessment form ไหมคะจะตัดเข้าไปที่แบบประเมินไหมคะ หรือจะตัดตอนท้ายโอเคโอเคได้งั้นตอนท้ายก็ได้เพราะว่าเมื่อกี้โอเคโอเค let me start okay the signal just is drop just waiting minuteช้ากว่าใช่ไหมคะโอเค on the online course design that is rooted in the same solid principle of face-to-face teaching but just to require additional consideration I have to tell you you don't think online course is very difficult for you just think it easy you just to open your mind first so that you can design you can handle your online course I think that it's easy for everybody so for online course just the ultimate goal of online course design is to develop effective that sound courses that focus on learning not teaching for online course we focus every process in online course just to help students learning not focus on teaching the several levels of expertise that are needed when you develop the online course first one you just focus on content expertise just to subject matter expert by teacher second just to technical that is meaning of knowledge of your teach tools and application the technical that is meaning what is the tools what is the techniques what is the technology that you use to transfer your knowledge and instructional that is knowledge of the pedagogical methods and learning theory so we just to start in the world from the academic world just to give the model for online course design first one let you know model principles of instructional model principles to model just integrated the 5 disciplines of learning model principle just to show every first task of center every student should be able to relate of the problem and task in the course and second just to activation the course must activate the current knowledge just to use and help to connect with they already know with the new concept and three just to demonstration how to use demonstration in this step just to the successful course just to demonstrate the knowledge both of visually and through storytelling that's why presentation have such as a captivates power by combined with the both method the active different regions of the brain and assist information retention application students should be given a chance of apply a new knowledge practice and learn from the mistake and another one students should to do the quizzes worksheet and checklist that is the grace of this purpose to do the application and the last one is integration the course has been all allow the integration of acquisitive knowledge into the learner day to day through the activity such as the discussion reflection or presentation the new knowledge model is the ones of the academic in the educational technology just to present the model how to design the online course but another one this is the generic model like people just to focus and use this model we call this model this is ADDI model that is acronym the 5 step of this model the 5 steps just to including analysis design, development, implementation, and evaluation. That is ADDI model. The ADDI model is flexible. It can be used to develop the instructional material for both of individual and traditional instruction. And the phase can be adapted with the design your course design your online course or design your face-to-face or traditional course also. You can use 5 steps of this model to design your courses. I will share you about this model. I will send a document after finish this presentation. Take a look at this. For step one, before you start your course, before you do everything, first one you have to analyze. What we analyze. All the good design with beginning with the analysis. With this analysis. First one, you have to ask yourself, what is the learning problem? Why they have a problem? And what has been done previously? What is the objective of the course? What is the purpose? Why you want to design your online course? And next, you have to ask yourself, who are the potentials or exist learner? Who are your students? And where do they live? What the skill do they need to engage in the course? Educational background, internet access. Not only the physical of your student, you have to know the background of experience. For example, now we just to meet the freshman, the first year student. So how we know about them? Maybe you should to interview them before you design a course. You want to know the background. Some students no skill to use the online course, no skill to use the program. They cannot use the program. Even if they cannot access the program. Sometimes, like your student, no have a computer, no have the internet. They only use the smartphone. So that is the data that you should to know about your student. Next, you have to know about you have to ask yourself, what is the characteristic, what is the limitation, strengths of the content delivery platform or vehicle. That is meaning of what is the appropriate to use the online platform creating as a technology program, application, technology to design your content, your materials, or what is tool that for use for your subject. Some department, some subject, some course can use only basically of the tool, such as the LMS, meeting, and ebook, and PowerPoint, and some course you can use as a quizzes, Kahoot, and another program that is very, very interesting and gain attention your student. You have to ask yourself, you have to analyze your course, your topic. Next, you have to know your learning goals. What is the institutions or learner driven? And how many your topics or your content are there in your course? What are the topics or what is the task? The topic and task is different. The topic that is meaning the knowledge you want to transfer the knowledge with the describe, with the experience, with the lecture. But if you give some task, if some course, you give the task, you give the assessment, you give the project for a student to do something like that. That is meaning you have to design the task. You have to know how many tasks you decide that. So what is in-course assessment? After you know about your student, you know about the topic or your course, you know about your task, and you know about the technology or tool you will design. You have to know which one you and in course what is the method to access and what is you want to assessment your student in your topic. If you analyze yourself, if you ask yourself, you can know the instructional goal, you can know the target audience, you can know the requirements of resources to design the course. This is the meaning of the analyze, and this is the product of the analyze step. If you can analyze yourself for problem, analyze the problem, analyze the purpose of your course, analyze your learner, you know your learner. I just to recommend you have to know more about your learner, your student. You have to know about the characteristic or the topic in your course. You have to learn about the capabilities of use the technology and tools and design the material in your class. That is very, very important to in the analyze step. Next, after you know about yourself, your student, and you know about your course, you analyze, that is all finished. Next step, we have to do the design. Design is I think it's very large, it's very big point, because you will plan your online course. What we do in the design step? First, you have to writing your learning objectives. In every subject, you have to specific your learning objectives. So you have to define the specific, and to measure them. Every object you have to design that can be measurable action. You can see that, you can hear that, you can get and you can know what the student just to show the action. You can see the behavior. So in normally you just to see the behavior and measure the behavior of student face to face, but in online we can do also. So after this I will show you what is the methods and what is the tool to know about the action of student, just to feedback to you. Which one you have to writing your learning objective. After you writing, you know, you specific your learning objective. Next, you have to select the content. During the 15 weeks or 16 weeks, we have many topics. We have many topics, and someone have many subjects also. So that you have to select the content that can be delivered in online course, or the subject that can teach through the online course. Some subject in the you can use your lesson plan. You can keep your last term, your last semester, just to push in your online course. But if you cannot to select, or if you cannot to hold on of your topic in the last put into online course, you have to reuse, or you have to create the new ones, or you have to remix that. I will give suggestion for you. You can select and you can create a new topic, the sequence of topic to the online course. You just to select the topic you can lecture. That is basically you can to select the simple, the basically, such as the theory, the concept, or the something you can transfer the knowledge. Student can acquire the knowledge by themselves. Student can do activity in the cognitive domain through the online. But some topic, some content, you cannot do the online. Such, for example, like a laboratory, and some content is to use the skill, practice the skill. You have to waiting to teach them face to face. But I think every subject, especially in the skill subject, in the practical subject, just to base on with the concept or theory, so that you can separate the topic in the online. Sorry. You can keep some topic in the just to base on theoretical, to show your student and to teaching through the online. Slides, okay? Okay. After you writing the learning objective, you can select the topic, you can select the content just to teaching through the online course. After that, you have to choose the instructional technology. Instructional technology as an activity, as a technique to deliver, to transfer the knowledge. I think every subject, every content in every professional, we have the nature of the teaching, like we call the pedagogy. So you have to select the pedagogy just to relating with the content and relating with your learning objective. You have to create the contents and learning objectives just to become together, and introduce the contents and learning activity. The activity that to support the learner construct of knowledge and skill. In online course, you can enhance the knowledge, you can enhance the skill of student. Such as for the language, you can improve the skill of the language, the skill of the communication, writing, reading, speaking. You can do through the internet. And another one, like for laboratory, some professionals, some department, you have to do you have to design the activity for laboratory. First, the teacher can demonstration for student. You can record the video to show how to do the laboratory, how to make a project. And after that, you just to present to your student. Then students learn by themselves, by seeing the video, by watching the video again and again and again and again, so that they can improve the skill. And next, they can do follow-up view. That is because of you show how to do that. You demonstration for them first, and after that, they see again and again. They just to construct the knowledge with your video, through your video. Then they can send the video, they can do that and recording what they do, follow you, and they just to make the project and show you, just to show you through the online. You just to give the feedback for them. So that is relating with next step. After you select the content, select the technique in teaching the online course, you have to select or design the testing, evaluation or assessment strategy. That is depend on the content and depend on the technique that you can select. But you have to define what is the learning outcome of your contents, of your content, and you have to select assessment method. Assessment method, we have the assessment method, many method, but now we focus on authentic assessment. We focus on self-assessment. I will introduce you after this how to select the assessment method, and we have the tool for assessment also. Next one, you have to identify the method of standards of your course evaluation. And the last, every assessment, every time you test or you assign something for your student, you have to provide the feedback. You have to give the feedback to your student also. So you have to decide how to feedback them. For example, if you design your Microsoft team, you just to design the task, you just to design assessment, student to report something. When student just to send the report, you can give the feedback immediately. You just to give the score, you can give the feedback with the text, you can give the feedback with your sticker or something like that, for emotion sticker. So that is good feedback for student. I will tell you for design the online course, activity and feedback to student is very important to do in online course. The last one for design, you have to select the right medium and delivery methods. You just to choose the online platform. We have many variety of online platform nowadays. We have to variety of online platform. Why we should the Microsoft team to do in this time? Because of Naresuan University have a license of Microsoft team, and Microsoft team is easy to see, to meet each other between student and lecturer. And you have to select the learning resources. The learning resources as a media. You can produce the media by yourself. Some lecturer you can, I think it's almost of lecturer just to use the PowerPoint, ebook, and some of use the Prezi games or some assignments, so that you can produce by yourself, or you can select the online learning resource or the outsource, such as the YouTube, such as the link website, such as the blog, TED Talk or something like that, or that's it in online platform, or maybe you just to link with the social media or something like that. So you have to decide in your contents, in your technique, what is the media, what is the learning resource can use together, can use it, can support your student to learn the knowledge, to learn the content that you teach in your course. And next one, you have to start an online, and you can start the outline of the material. So for the design step, such as you make a plan for your course, you just to list the planning on your course in the topic of learning object, content, technique, pedagogy, testing strategy, and media, just to learn for all your course. You just to make a list. You just to do the draft of your course. That is the products of this design step. You can design your lesson plan. You can list what you want to do, what you want to use in your course. Okay, for online learning pedagogy, I need to introduce about the pedagogy just to basically to use in online course. We have two parts. First is a synchronous learning. Synchronous learning, your student can learning anywhere in real-time learning. And another one is asynchronous learning. Asynchronous learning, your student can learn anywhere, anytime learning. But not real-time learning, not participation in the same time. But they still, in asynchronous, they still to learn from online, but not the same time with you. Synchronous learning, what we do on synchronous learning in the online course, we can live, such as you use the Facebook Live, you use the Microsoft Teams, you use the Google Meeting, you use the Google Meet, you use the meetings, some meeting, you can see each other in the same time. You can do live, or you can chat in the instant message. And asynchronous learning, you can design the documents, you can design the task, media or resources or assignment. Student can come to see and student can open when they want to learn or when you design. They learn from the resource that you prepared for them. But for the synchronous, they learn from you. They can see you in the same time. They can asking with you. You can see the face. You can lecture. You can demonstration or recapitulate for your student also. So for online course, online learning activity, we have the pedagogy two parts, synchronous and asynchronous. Now you can imagine. Can you imagine if you select the synchronous learning? What you do that? What the tools, what the application you will use in the synchronous learning? You just to imagine. Some people just to use, okay, I will use the Facebook Live, I will use the Zoom, I will use Microsoft Teams for meeting, I will use Google Meet, I will use Line group. It's a small group, you can use the Line group. Or if you big group, a large group, you can use the Zoom, you can use the V-Room or something like that. And you design and you imagine if you select the asynchronous learning in your class, in your course, what you do that? What the tools you will do that? You will select them. You will select maybe LMS. Do you know LMS? NU LMS, NU e-learning. You can select. You can design your course, and you just to design the learning resources in your course, or you prepare all of resource that you want your student to learn in the LMS, in the e-learning of NU, in the Microsoft Teams, in the program of the Google Classroom, in the Ed module. So when you decide this is already, you just to say your student, you just to tell your student, just to coming on these days, you told days and time, students just to learn about document, just to use the media, and just to do assignment, and send the assignment to you. Every activity just to happening in the online, but in the real time or not real time. That is pedagogy in the online course. That's only two pedagogy. Okay, this is example. Okay.
Someone want to ask some question.
Yeah. If Now, if you have a question, you can text, you can give the message in your text. I can control the time because it's limited of time. Or the Dr. Kittipong or Shumpon, you can answer the question behalf on me, right? Okay. From online learning pedagogy. For online learning, we have to do the main purpose to use the online learning. This is one for knowledge acquisition, and two for knowledge construction. When we design the online course, we want students just to access the knowledge and construct the knowledge by themselves. So for acquisition knowledge, we just to show we just to do the content delivery. And for construction, we have to design the online learning activity and assessment. So for online learning activity and assessment, that can help students to construct the knowledge through the activities and the tasks that we design for them. Let's see about the knowledge acquisition. Knowledge acquisition, we will do the content delivery. How to deliver the contents in your class. So we can use the video for lecture. Some lecturer you can do the recording the video before the class, or you can live broadcast. Now we can live a broadcast, and video for lecture, for demonstration, for recap. We can use the video in the three ways: for lecture, for demonstrations, and for recap. And video, you can record video before the class, or you can live broadcast. We have the two ways for you. And content delivery, in the another way, we just to show the document or guideline question. The document, we just to use the slide, textbook, and ebook. The slide you can present with the Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint. You can present with the Prezi. You can present with any program. You can use that. And textbook and ebook. The textbook, now you can use the OneNote. You can upload your textbook from text file to the drive, the cloud drive, so you can show the student. And you can use the database, research database, or the database of research, such as and you have a database research, and you have a journal, and online journal, online database, so that you can give the document or the link for student. For the database, just including ebook or journal, you can use this resource in your class. For the external resources, that is meaning the supplementary material, such as the YouTube, such as some, I think it's some course you have a resources such as the website, TESOL, and PubMed or something like that. That's the lecture just to select to be resources, very necessary resources for your student. So for content delivery, you can use two parts in the two way, video or the document. I think nowadays students like to learn toward the visual, so maybe video that is the better choice. And if you want to demonstration. If you want to give example for laboratory or for produce some things, you can use the video to show students step by step. You can give the eye contact with them, and students just to feel not alone, just to look at your video and feel close up with the lecture, with her or his student. So video I think is a better choice for to do the content, to create the content delivery to your student. Yeah, but some content or some topic, the documentary is I think it's very important and necessary for students, because they can read again and again, they can revise, they can read a book, read many books before the midterm test or the final test. It is still necessary. So maybe you can provide the document in online form, in the electronic form for your student also. For knowledge construction, in online learning, we have two activities: knowledge acquisition for content delivery, and another one, knowledge construction, just to students to construct knowledge by themselves. After they learned the essentials of knowledge, they can construct the knowledge by themselves. How they can construct the knowledge by themselves? They have to practice, they have to do learning by doing, learning through activity, many activity, and they can give the feedback when they assessment, when they use the measurable, when they do something, they show to you, they present to the lecture, they need the feedback, because feedback can grow up them. Feedback can construct the knowledge of them. Feedback is the lesson learned. There's a good lesson learned for your student. For knowledge construct, we have to do the two part: online learning activities and assessment. That is the idea for use the online learning activity. For activities, you can design individual activities, small group activities, or the large class. Let's see at the individual what we can do. For lecturer, you can do the quiz or question and answer. It is the activity that we do for individual. Assessment, drill, and practice. You just to give the assessment for your student, or you just to give the drill and practice the practice, the exercise from the lesson learned to your student. You can give the case of the problem solving, and just to engage your student to solve the problem. Solving problem, you can give the case, the one case or many case to your student, just to find out the answer to solve the problem. And reflection. For individual activities, you can design your student to reflect something, to reflect the knowledge. After they learn something, they reflect to you. That is the activity that you can design for one student, for individual. After they do like this, quiz, assessment, drill and practice, problem solving case, or the reflection, they can construct the knowledge by themselves. For small group, what you can do through the online, You can do discussion. Discussion, you can use the real-time or synchronous communication and asynchronous. For real-time, for example, if you use the meeting, if you need the discussion, you use the meeting, Google Meet or Microsoft Meeting or the Line group or something like that, just to talk in the same time, just to react in the real time, discussion in the real time. Yeah, and asynchronous, the way of the discussion, asynchronous communication as an email, discussion board, or the feedback in the, one by one, or the group by group in the some, for example, in the line application, you can set the group, and after that they can discussion each other, and email also. For small group to online presentation, the activities, I think it's one activity, the lecturer, almost of lecturer, just to use in your class, like an online like the presentation. Normally we just to told students just to present in front of class, but in online presentation it's very easy. Let's see, now we just to do the presentation also. So in the distant presentation, now it's easy, such as the Microsoft Teams, just to preparing for the functions of online presentation. For synchronous in the real time, you can use such as the Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and Classroom, and any meeting, online meeting, student can do presentation. In the online meeting now have a function to show the screen, you can present your screen to the online meeting. And asynchronous, maybe your student can send the project, can send the PowerPoint, infographic, video to present. And asynchronous, just to send in your email, to send in your dashboard, to send in your program that you design for them, you assign for them. And collaboration, small group, if you use the small group for collaboration, group working, things pair share or something like that, you can use the techniques of this to do the collaboration. You can use the tool such the program that you know about the meeting, the instant meeting, or the social media, Facebook, Line, Twitter, or something like that. You can decide them to work together. The last one for last class, what the activity we can do in the online learning, just to quiz them. To quiz the online class, how to do that? You just to use the form, Google form, Microsoft form, and you just to use the gamification as a form, such as a question, such as the Kahoot, Quizlet. You just to use the program that's to make a quiz. Quizzes, we have the many quiz, many quiz program. That is free program or the commercial program you can find through the internet. From the last class, we can do the meeting or webinar. You can design or select the meeting strategy, meeting techniques. You can do the webinar. Now we have the program just to provide for webinar, for seminar. It's very easy for you to use the online tools nowadays. The last one for last class, you can use the technique of discussion. Discussion for the last class. For the last class, maybe it is you can do the discussion in the same time, but you just to give the topic, you just to give the problem, and after that you design or you assign your student just to send the answer just to discussion in the topic, get back to you in the email, in the discussion board, in the chat or something like that. And after that, everybody, student, even if student and friends and lecturer can see the message, can see the discussion board and reply them after that. This is the online activity. The online learning activity have a T part, individual, small group, and large group, and have a techniques or strategy. You can do follow the group. Have many things to do that. And assessment for the knowledge construction. For assessment, what we do that? For assessment, we can do the quiz. We can use the quiz. We can use the checklist or rubric. Checklist or rubric. When you design the project, when you design your assignment, you give the assignment to your student to do some project, to do something. You can give the rubric score. You can give the checklist. What student to do, follow you or not. Just to hover overall, you decide for them or not. You have to do that by yourself, or you have to return to them to self-assessment. Student can collect the data. Student can do the portfolio, collect the can keep the portfolio, create the portfolio, and student can self-assessment by your checklist, by your rubric, by your form. Otherwise, peers assessment. If you done checklist by yourself, if the lecturer don't to do the checklist, you can give the checklist to peer, to friends, to your friend, to lecturer friends, to assessment that all the student, the classmates, just to do assessment. Another one like a project presentations and report. The assessment activities, you can use 3 things: quiz, checklist or rubric, or the assessment by look at the project or the report. That is assessment part for the knowledge construct. I think to frame, that is idea. You can get some idea to design your course, to design the technique, and to design the tools in your course. Okay, let's see. I will introduce the create knowledge, the creating online learning activity. We call this 2LM component, 2LM components. Online learning activity for use for the knowledge construction. For learner different, we just to place off learning and use the collaborations. And mesh for the feedback, most of the feedback you can give the 2 types: delayed time feedback to learner or real time feedback to learner. The real time such as you meeting and you give the feedback to them in immediately. And another one just to learner learning performance. For performance, you can improve your student individual or the collaboration skill just to see the detail. Let's see the detail of the activities to construct the knowledge. For learner different. You can pass off learner just to self-pace or instructor pace. Another one, you can use the collaboration. And modes of feedback. As I told you, feedback is very important for the online activities. Feedback have a two types of feedback: delayed time feedback to learner and real time feedback to learner. How to do in the delayed time? You can feedback with the discussion board on forum. You can report the feedback with the record, with the text, with the recording video. Some lecturers just to want to show the detail, the emotional to your student. You can recording the video and give the feedback to student one by one or 1-2 group. That is okay. And reflection. You give the reflection with the text or the recording video. Or you record the video of speaking, action, performance, and digital storytelling. Digital storytelling, you can make the video or multimedia and open-ended question just to student to fill the ideas, the thing in the question. And real-time feedback of learner. Real-time feedback of learners, you can use the quiz. It's very simple, like a multiple choice question. Nowadays we have the program just to design the multiple choice question, many program, and give the auto feedback. Student can know the score when sometimes when they answer true or false, they can know automatically. They can give the feedback automatically. Or you can use the discussion in the real time, like a chat, we talk each other, so we can give the feedback in the real time. Just to use the open presentation. Open presentation, that is meaning of live. When you can use the Facebook Live, you can use the meeting, so you give the opportunity to your student to present something like that. After that, you just to give the feedback immediately. So that's meaning of open presentation. But it contrasts with the recording video, because recording video, you just to prepare, you just to have a plan, you have to editing the video before you send to your student or your lecturer. But in the open presentation, that is the real time, that is live broadcasting. Open group project, just to using cloud-based solution. That is meaning you can feedback, you can use the cloud program. The cloud program such as the Google Drive, Google Documents, that students can work each other in the one program, in the one space. Student and lecturer can do together in the same time. And another one, like an open problem solving case study, just to use cloud-based solution also. Sometimes nowadays I think that some class or some lecturer just to use Facebook, in the wall of Facebook, just to give the case, the problem. So, and after that, you just to design your student to answer the question under the post. That is open problem solving case. That is the way to delivery, to show the open solving case to the online. For another learning activities for learner learning the performance. For individual, we just to use the quiz, the oral exam, the report or project. Reflection just to use the, you can decide student to writing a blog, writing a journal, not only the report, maybe we can use the another form, and recording the video of speaking, acting or performance. That is, you can see the performance of your student. For collaboration skill, the performance just to show on the online brainstorming. When you decide the student just to come to meeting in the real time and just to think each other, just to solving the problem together, and they just to brainstorm together. You use the program that in the cloud computing, such a meeting program, any meeting program, and they just to group discussion, they just to do the brainstorming, and group you can use the group research or report and project, and you can use the problem solving case study or subtopic. It's nearly same the individual, but for collaborative or collaboration skill, just to decide to construct the knowledge of learner with the group, just to working together, not only construct the knowledge by themselves, by individual, just to do together, just to do in the group, in the teamwork. So in this next slide about the online evaluation method. I'm so sorry, I just to combine with the Thai language and English language. For online evaluation method, that I told you first, we have many methods to assessment your student. For writing exam, for writing examinations, for assessment of works, progress and activity loads, homework assessment, just to diary, you just to evaluation or assessment from the result of the teamwork effort, just to peer assistant, you can use the oral examination. That is the better way. That is the good choice to assessment. You can use the report or project assessment. I think almost all lecturer, you just to use this method. You can use the assessments of report criticism and presentation, like a oral presentation, skill and performance assessment. We can use the assessments of output and lesson based of the student experience, behavior observation, portfolio, e-portfolio assessment, self-assessment. That's all is the method you can use in online course. Some assessment just to be the function, just to decide the one function in your program, in your LMS or in your Microsoft Teams, that or in your program platform that you select. I will show you next. Okay. For another one, for the design, you have to concerns about the online learning environment, the strategy for success. First one, strategy one, just to keep learner involved. An online course is not just about provide the material and accept learner to read or view the content. This is false, yes, common perceptions of the online learning course. However, online learning platform is just like the classroom where learner have needs to interact and collaborate together. When learners are actively involved in online course material, they are more likely to show up each other. Of the best way to keep learners engaged to give them timely feedback on their performance, give them a chance to contribute and share their ideas with the fellow classmates through the discussion forum or group discussion. The lecturers are also required to increase the interaction with learner. This is become highly motivating for your student, for your learner. Next one, you keep the content relevance of learner objectives. There are two things that need to be done to make sure your content is relevant to learner. First, every building block needs to be logical connects with the previous block, short-term objective and long-term objective. Second, the learner need to clearly see those logical connections. There are 4 points. The relevant connects with the relevant contents with the learner. Discuss how content can be applied in the real world. Second, just to make a link or provide an example of the local case. Third, you just to relate the subject matter with the everyday applicants. And fourth, find a discussion application in recent the newsword, events and issue. That is to keep the content relevant to learner objectives. And strategy 3, just to make the learner get familiar with the course outline. Starting your online course, you should to make the learner familiar with your course outline. When learners are fully familiar with the course outline, they can allocate sufficient time to each part of a syllabus, ensuring a better understanding of the content. When the learner fully understands the course outline, it facilitates students as well as instructors to follow earlier. 1. Students get a clear understanding of the learning outcome. And 2. Is necessary or additional resources that are required during the course. 3. They understand of the content requiring along with the requiring deliverable. 4. A proper understanding of examination and grading policy in the terms of evaluation. And 5. The online course schedule, including deadline with the regarding to reading, quiz, discussion post, discussion board, coding and author. And the last one, just to dates and time of the possible class meeting that may need one to log in and particularly time or day. The strategy 4, just to incorporate assessment and quiz at the end of every lesson of module. Assessment and quiz are the best way to give the understanding level of learner. The end of the section evaluating is best known for boosting the knowledge retention rate. When you teach in the end of lesson on the end of the module, you should to assessment your student every module and you can know the progress of them. And the last one, just to make collaboration work, that is the strategy for online learning environment. Make collaboration work, students just to involvement in the career to have a successful online learning program. One of the most commonly to use the method, you just to improve interaction among the learner with the PLC or professional learning community. In this practice group of learner collaborate. Just two students can discussion together. You can use to set up the group, to set up the PLC, to the discussion board, email, group phone call, video conference, and author. The discussion, the topic is issue that are relevant to the content. The other way is to introduce the group assignment. It is a methodology instructor especially define the expectation to facilitate a collaborative learning environment. Before the start of assessment, learning group determine who will be responsible for which aspect of the assessment. For the instructor can be further facilitate the learner by provide a chart outline and different assessment section. The student can also use the advanced technological tools such as a box, wiki, or podcast to collaborate in the better way and more purposeful manner. That is the strategy to setting the environment in the online course. I think many people want to know what is the meaning of the environment in the online course. The environments in the online course such as activity, the techniques that the lecturer or the instructor just to design the atmosphere, the tasks, the activities, the way to deliver the knowledge to your student. At the same in the classroom, but we just to design the online learning in the online into the online environment. How students can learn that, how students can do that through the online activities. I think that is main point, is the big deal that the lecturer just to design your environment. So we become the three steps of the model at the model. First one, just to recall this. First one, just to analyze, and second, just to design. Design is very big deal. You should to create, you should to design and select what is the content, what is the method, what is the teaching technique, what is the assessment strategy, what is the media or resources in your class. You just to design, you just to think what you do, that you just to make a plan. But in development, it's very easy. It's very easy step, because of the development is the step you just to do follow up your design phase. The course material just is developing according to expectation formulated in the previously design phase. So in this step, we just to do follow up your plan. You just to develop your learning resources that's generous by integrating content and strategy. That's the supporting with the media and developing guidance for instructor and learner. Guidance for instructor and learner is still you have still to do that. It's still necessary, because of sometimes students never know about your course, never know you, never use the tool. You have to create the guidance for learners also. And this step, you have to do the validations and revise the draft and the conduct of pilot test of the resource, or what I can say, like you just to do the pilot test of your online course. If you decide the course in the platform of the Microsoft Teams, you decide what material you decided to use in your class. you have to check that, you have to test that first before you use in the real situation. That is this step. You just to create the course, you just to create the material, you just to create and build your online course. Follow your ideas, follow your designing plan. Next one, the next step for this model, active model, after you develop your course already, you just to use implementation your course with your student. The course is rolled out and released, delivered to your student, and impact result the monitor. Once the instructor has been taught and the learner and the environments preparing, the learning process can be begin. In this step, you just to use your course. Sometimes it's short course, sometimes it's long course. You have to after you develop your course, you have to use your course, utilize your course. You just to keep the mind that implementation is the key stage of the AD process, because we just to use the thing that we build, that we create that in the real situation in your course. What is you create, you use in this step. You have to transfer to your target audience, to your learner. This makes the imperative that you pay attention to the feedback received from the learner taking the course and adapt it. You have to pay attention. When you use the course, you can give the feedback from your student. That is good or not good. What is better? What is wrong? And they love or like something, they don't like something. You can give that. For example, the technique. You use the technique in your course. Some students don't like it. They just to give the feedback for you. You have to pay attention for that feedback. At least one feedback, you have to concerned about that. You have to pay attention for every feedback from your student. So the last of the design, the online course, the step of evaluation. Every class we have to do the last step for evaluation. The developer or the lecturer have to collaborate with the reference clients, and based on the learner feedback, analytics survey, evaluate the overall impact, learning outcome, just to learning objective. You have to gather course data, learning analytics from the LMS, completion rate, analytics from the Microsoft team. What they report about your student, your student learning outcome, your student report in individual and in the group, and comparing costs in the context of standards or quality metric. Some course or some topic, you have the standard course, you have the standards of the content, you have the standards of the capability and knowledge, learning outcome of your student. You have to comparing with the criterions, with the standard, and plan and next step of evaluation. After you know about, you evaluate the knowledge, the skill, the performance of your student. You have to plan to revise or redesign your course. You give the feedback. You pay attention for feedback. When you give the feedback from your student, you have to redesign. You have to revise or revision your online course, and to use in the next semester, to use in the next time. This is of 5 steps of active model. This is generic model. When you start to design your course, the online course, you can use 5 steps to do that. First, analyze. Analyze just to analyze the learner, content, technology, the purpose of the course. So if you analyze, you study that, you research that, you know what you want to do. After that, you design your course. You give the data from the phase 1, from the analyze step to design your course. Design the content, design the technique, instructional strategy or the pedagogy. You design the assessment, you design the material. After you design, you become a development step. What is you design? You do that, you create that, follow your plan. And next, when you do finish your course, you have your course in your hand, you have your material, any material in your hand, you just to use into your class, use with your student, use with your audience, and give the feedback for them. And after that, you just to evaluation. For evaluation, you just to give the feedback for student, feedback from student. You do the summary assessment with the test, with the project or something like that. After that, you just to give the feedback to do revise the class, revise the course again, and you become to analyze again. That is step for design the online course. Okay, next part for the online learning tool. In the model of the online learning design, you know how to design the course, how to select the activity, how to use the activity, group, large or individual. Now I will show you what is the online learning tools. Online learning is not the next big thing. It is the new big thing now. So we can use many of activity, such as the conference live. We have the online meeting, live broadcasting, group breakout, video correcting. We can do activities like the chat and discussion. We can do the attendance tracking. This is the all of online learning tool. For example, if you want to conference, if you want to do the live broadcasting, to do the online meeting, you can use Team, Microsoft Team. Microsoft Team just to support for 250 participants, no time limit. And G Suite or the meeting in the with the Google, you can meet, it's no limit time. You can use the Google Meet. And personal choice, this is a institutional account in Naresuan University. We have an account in Microsoft in the G Suite team, in the G Suite, so that you can use the two choice. I think that is better. And personal choice, if you need to use the application in the personal, you can use the Facebook group, Line group, or Zoom. This is meeting program, but you can use only 40 minutes time limit for one time, only 40 minutes. And Cisco WebEx meeting also There is a personal choice. It's no limit time. You can use that. And group breakouts or video conference, that is same. You can use the G Suite Office team and Facebook group or the Zoom or the WebEx. For chatting, every program can use the chatting. Or maybe you can use the poll discussion. Sometimes it's not only the chatting. You can use the poll you can design by Microsoft Teams, design by Facebook group, Line group, or the Cisco WebEx. And let's see. Okay, I will introduce you about the learning tools that you can use to design your online course. First, NU e-learning or NU LMS. LMS, that is referred to Learning Management System. The system can recording, can prepare the resources in your class. NU e-learning, it's easy to access with the NU mail. I think everybody have a NU mail. You can use the NU e-learning just to operate and support by CITCOMS. So if you have the question or if you need the help, you can contact at CITCOMS. And e-learning, NU e-learning is very flexible, user-friendly, and in e-learning platform. You can design course like a blended learning, just to use combine with the online and offline each other. And several flexible testing and assessment feature. In e-learning and you LMS, just to prepare the assessment feature in the program, we have the feature to helping you to design the assessment form, multiple choice, open end, and I think it's many types of the assessment. Just have more than the 500 plugin to use that. Next one is the Microsoft Teams. Now we just to use Microsoft Teams, and we have to just to promote you use the Microsoft Teams because of I think the personal in NU we have the NU mail. So just to support Microsoft Teams, they have the NU Microsoft license. So it's easy to use the Microsoft Teams. You just have the email. Student and lecturer have a NU mail. You can contact each other easily. The Microsoft Teams is very benefit. Have a shorter, more focused meeting. It's shorter and it's easy to use for meeting. All of people just to join the meeting, we call team, and you can present you can deliver your knowledge, you can teaching to the team. Microsoft Teams can create the group work, simplify to store attachment within chat and channel. You can upload or attachment the resources in the chat in the channel. You can share and collaborate in the real time, and you integrate it with the Office 365 app. They can work each other. And collaboration, the next tool we call G Suite or Google App for Education, just including Google Classroom, Gmail, Calendar, Google Drive, Google Doc, Google Sheet, Google Slide, and Google Site, and Google Meet. Collaborate anytime and anywhere with a suite of the tool for education. This is free. This is free program. You can use the program. You just have only you have a NU mail. You can use the Google Classroom. And Google Meet, you can use NU mail and the personal mail also to meeting with your student. You can present the presentation on the screen through the Google Meet. I just recommend you can use the Google Meet for meeting, for collaborate each other between your student and the lecturer. Google Meet, the benefits of Google Meet is securely connect, the collaborate and service from the anywhere. You can create, enjoy high quality video, and you're meeting up people to more than 250 people to join the meeting. The next one is the Google Classroom. Google Classroom help the class to communicate, save the time, and stay to organize. You can design your class through the classroom. It's like a LMS. So you can design the material, you can deliver the contents, you can create, you can do the activity, more activity through the classroom. The classroom, the benefit of classroom is easy to set up. Teacher can ask student directly and share the code with your student. That is same team. You can share the code and student to join you with the code. Save the time and paperless assessment. You can design the assessment through the Google Classroom. Teacher can create, review, and mark assessment quickly. Improve the organization. Students can see all their assessment and all class material automatically through the Google Drive. And enhance community. Teacher can send announcement and start class discussion. Students can share the resource and provide answer in the classroom. And efforts and secure. This is for Google for Education Service. The classroom is no ad. Never use your content or your student data for advertising purpose, and it's free. So I just recommend this is the one tool. This is the tool you can use for design your online course. Zoom is a meeting application. Just you can start and join 100-person meeting face-to-face video in high quality for free, and you can use for video conferencing, online meeting, and group messaging. You can join meeting and host unlimited one-by-one meeting for free. Free group meeting are limited 40 minutes in one's time. Screen share photo, web, Google Drive, Dropbox, or the box file. You can share your resources through Zoom. You can send the group text, image, and audio from mobile and desktop. And you can connect with anyone for Android, other mobile device, Windows, Mac, iOS, and Zoom Prison. Another one is Puzzle. Puzzle just to helping you create the video. It's easy to create a video and easy to use you can use the link. You can use the link, the external resources such as the YouTube, Vimeo, National Geographic, TED Talk, TEDx. At Puzzle, teacher can make any video that lesson. Give a video a wide variety of source like a YouTube, Khan Academy, and more. That's I told you. This is the link, the external link, and embed the comprehension question, audio notes, or voice recorder in your video lesson. You just to show delivery the content with a video. It's a must for any flipped classroom. That, as you know, flipped classroom, that is technique to learning, student to learning by themselves through see the video at home, and after that when they come in classroom, when they come back in classroom, they just to make an activity, they just to do the homework in classroom with a friends and teacher. So Edpuzzle does a better choice for making a video content. An online learning tool for assessment. I just to recommend if you need to design the form, the assessment, the test, you can use the Google form and you can use the Microsoft forms. Just to emblem in the feature of the program. The next one is Kahoot. Kahoot, you can design your testing, you can design the quiz in the form of gamification. Kahoot is the engaging quiz-based game. You can play at school, at home, at work. Teacher can use the lecturer. We can use for search among. You can search the topic of Kahoot in any topic. Kahoot have a database to record, to collect many of question, many game, many Kahoot in the database. You can select which one you want to use that. You can create or edit your own Kahoot in a minute. It's easy to make the Kahoot. You can combine different question types in the interest of engaging. You can host the Kahoot live in a class or virtual in the distance learning. You can use that in the when you see the student in the classroom, you can use that. Or when you use in the online learning course, you can use that also. They just to link with the code, with the number of coding. You can assign student-based challenge for content review. If you want student to review the knowledge, you just to design the Kahoot and student just to play the Kahoot game to revise the knowledge. And you can access the learning outcome with the report. The Kahoot just to report the score of your student. Every student to show the score, and you can record the score. That is print out the score in the form of Excel file. Quizzes. Quizzes is you can design your test, your quiz with quizzes. Quizzes used for the multiplayer quiz game to have whole class play together and assign homework for individual. Pick from our collections of teacher create quiz, so you don't have to make your own. They have the database to record, to collect many quiz also. That is same the Kahoot. Reach allow and author accessibility feature so anyone can participate. Stimulate integration of the view with the learning management system with Google Classroom. That's you can use the Quizlet link between Google Classroom and Quizlet. You can use Quizlet in the Google Classroom, and Kahoot, you can use Kahoot in the Microsoft Teams also. The last one, just to Padlet. I'm so sorry, there is a Padlet. Padlet is very interesting. Padlet like a paper, like a post-it. Padlet like a paper of your skin and updates in the real time. You can upload a video recording your interview, snap a selfie, live your text post, or upload some documents and files to the Padlet program. That is easy to create and collaborate as a brainstorming. In the Padlet, students can work each other. Students can do the brainstorming. You can challenge across the special platform like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. So Padlet can open in the social media and easily to audience, easily to learners just to access to use the Padlet to work each other. I think this platform, this program, that is okay, that is interesting. Just to break about 10 minutes after that we will start to practice learning and practice to use Microsoft Teams each other maybe 10 minutes enjoy your coffee break to design the online course and anotherนาฬิกาไม่เท่ากัน Okay, hello everybody. I think everybody just coming back or not. Okay. I just to introduce about the Microsoft Teams. In the Microsoft Team, in this past, we have to know, we have to give the information about the Microsoft Team, and I will helping you to use the Microsoft Team a little bit, yeah, just to create the team, get the meeting, get the assessment, and use the grade and assessment. Okay, let's start in the second part. Okay, for Microsoft Teams, the basic, the base of Microsoft Team is the meeting. When you start your course, when you create your team, you need to deliver the knowledge. You need to do the activity in your class. You just to get the meeting function. The meeting function as we do in this time. We just to join each other, to open your camera, you just to show your face, you just to give your voice, you just to record your meeting. So we call the team, in the Microsoft, we call the team as a classroom. It's at your course, in the one course, in the one topic. If you download and set up your Microsoft team, you can create many course and many subject, many topic in your one account, in your one program with the Microsoft team. I will show you. Excuse me. Let's see. This is Microsoft team. The Microsoft team working as a meeting program. You can connect with your student. As the show in the picture. Yesterday I connect with my student through the team. So this is the one class. Or this is one online course. We do all activity, delivery, the knowledge discussion. We can live the broadcast with using the meeting. The meeting is heart and soul of this program. So let me show you about the basic of the program, how to use the Microsoft team for online learning. So just to watching video about 10 minutes. The slow signal, just to waiting a minute.
Hi, my name is Seti and welcome back to the channel where we make educational technology easy for you. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at Microsoft Teams and how you can utilize it to run your lessons online. Let's dive into it with another flipped classroom tutorial. Now, Microsoft Teams is part of Office 365, but you don't need an Office 365 account to use it. Now, I've installed it on my laptop, and I'm going to demonstrate some of the key features that you can use to get online with your class today. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is open up Microsoft Teams. Now, I've already got my account logged into Microsoft Teams, but if this is the first time that you're using it, just create an account with Microsoft, and then you can log into this program. Now, creating an account is super easy. You can even use your Gmail account to do so. Now, the first thing you'll see here is on the side, there's a number of options. Now, at the top, we have the activity. Now, the activity is going to show you everything that's been going on in your teams. Now, underneath that, we have a chat, and these are one-on-one chats with other people that are members of your team. This can include video conversations and text chats. And then the next one down is teams, and this is where you're going to be spending most of your time. This is where you're going to create teams or classrooms, and then everyone comes together, shares resources, shares ideas, and also virtual meetups. Now, under that, you see calls and files is very useful when you've got files that have been shared with other teams and you can't quite remember which team shared it. Well, files will give you a breakdown of all the files in your various teams. Now, I've already gone ahead and set up a demo team, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's click on that Teams button first. So I'm now in my Teams overview, and here on the left-hand side, you can see my different teams. Now, my main team here is all under EduFlip, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create your own team. Well, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom and then click on that Join or Create Team. Here you can now create a new team. Now, you can either create it from an existing Office 365 group, or you just start from scratch, which is what we're going to do now. Now, I'm going to create a new team. I'm going to make it a private team, and I'm going to call this Demo 2. I'm going to click on Create, and my team is being prepared. Now, obviously, a team is not a team without participants or members of that team. So the next step is going to be to invite your students to your team. Here, you can now start typing their email addresses or their names, and then they can be added to your team. So I'm going to add my demo account. There we go. Demo, and we're going to add him to that team. Once we're done, we can select what we want him to be, a owner or member. I'm going to keep it at member, and then we're going to click on close. As you can see now, I have my second team. So I have my EduFlip team, and then I have my demo team. Now, teams can contain multiple channels. Now, channels can be subjects. For example, you have a team for your middle school, and then your channel is your English department, your maths department, and your computer science department. Now, in order to add a channel, you have to go to that General tab first. So let's go ahead and click on General, and then we're going to add a channel. So let's create more channels. This will now be a maths department. And we can choose the privacy settings of that, but I'm just going to leave it at the default. And as you can see here down the side, we now have an extra channel. Now, within these channels, you can have conversations. These can be video chats, meetups, or you can share files. Now, for the sake of this demonstration, I've already created a channel within my EduFlip team. And so I'm going to open up that channel right now. Here on the demo video channel, I can now see what's been going on. Now, here I've already put a couple of examples, and there's text that can be shared and there's files that can be shared, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So at the bottom, you can see that you can start a new conversation. You can just start typing. So you can type, hello, everyone, and then just send it off into that channel. Now, everyone in the team can see what goes on in that channel. Now, alternatively, if you click on this button right here, you get a lot more formatting options for your message. As you can see up here, I've added a bit of formatting to that, and this allows you to really stand out, to make your message stand out, or also to just add it a little bit of personality. Once you're happy with that, you can just send your message off. I'm going to delete this because I don't need that message right now. The next option here is to add an attachment. Now, this allows us to share a file. And again, like I said, this is tied in with Office 365, but if you don't use that, well, you can still upload from your computer. So if you click on that, well, then you can select a file that you would like to share. So we're going to go ahead, select a file, and this is now being shared with everyone in that chapter. Now, if I want to have a quick overview of all the files that have been previously shared, well, at the top, I can click on Files, and then you get an overview of all the files that have been shared. You'll see when they were modified and who's modified it. In addition to that, we have our students' all-time favorites, emojis, GIF files, and a number of stickers. But I'm going to move to the next one, which is the video meetup. Now let's say that you're running your lessons online and you'd like to organize a meetup with your classroom. Well, you can click on that button and then you'll start a video meet. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like. Now, as soon as I click on this button, my video will pop up with a preview of my camera. Now again, this is the webcam and this is the camera view. Now the webcam is active just for me because we haven't started our video chat yet. I first have to title this meeting and I'm going to just call it a demo meeting. So demo meeting. As soon as I click on meet now, all my participants can be invited and then they can all join this meeting. Now, because this is a demonstration and I want to make it as real as possible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be inviting myself and I'm going to invite myself on my mobile phone. Now, that way you can see what it's like for different participants and you can also see what it feels like on an Android device. So let's go ahead and start this meeting. I'm going to leave my camera on and click on meet now. You can see I'm in the meeting and I haven't invited anyone yet because I want to make sure that everything works. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check and make sure that my camera is on, or maybe I'll turn it off. I can also turn my microphone on or off. I can mute myself. Now I'm going to leave myself muted because I don't want to get any feedback once I invite my phone. I can also share my screen, which I'll show you in a little bit. But one more thing I want to draw your attention to is a special feature of Microsoft Teams that I find incredibly useful. So when you click on those three dots, you can blur your background. So here, when you click on blur my background, it'll automatically blur out the background. Now, if you are in a busy environment, let's say you're in a coffee shop and you're having a meeting with your students, well, that background can be a huge distraction. So this allows you to blur out the background and just carry on with your meeting. Now, I'm going to unblur this background. I'm going to show you some of the other actions you can do here. Now you can enter the full screen options or you can open up your meeting notes. Now meeting notes are very useful when you have a meeting where information is shared and it's important that notes are kept that you can then later share with your students. Well, this allows you to keep those notes and then that file can be shared later. In addition to that, we also have the device settings. And this is what I meant about double checking everything before you start inviting people, because sometimes there are some issues with your camera or your microphone. Well, this is the best way to get everything sorted before you start your meeting. Once you're happy with everything, you can close that, and then we can go to the Participants tab. Now, the Participants tab, this is where you get some suggestions, and these suggestions are pulled in from your team members. You can also manually just invite them there at the top. Now, I'm going to go ahead and invite myself. I'm now going to invite this demo account, and so I'm going to click on those three dots, and I'm going to ask them to join our meeting. It is now calling that person. Now, because I have it installed on my mobile device, I can see that I'm being called. So I'm going to click on accept and then join this meeting. Now that I'm in this meeting, you will see that I can turn my camera on, and then this is my mobile device now. Now, as you can see, I have joined from my mobile device and I can now see everything live. Now, because I want to make sure that I'm not making it too complicated, I'm going to turn the camera off on my mobile device. So I'm going to tap my mobile device and I'm going to turn off that camera. There we go. Now, one more thing you can do as the leader of this meeting is you can assign different roles to your attendees. So I'm going to click on these three dots here. And now what I can do is I can first of all mute my participant, but I can also make this participant an attendee, because at the moment, this participant is as much a leader of the meeting as I am. That means they can present their screen, they can share their screen, but attendees cannot do so. So I'm going to make this person an attendee. I'm going to change that, and instantly you get notified on your mobile device. Now, the mobile device is no longer able to now share their screen. That means that I am in charge of what goes on now, and let's go ahead and have a look at some of these sharing settings. Let's say that I've started my lesson and I'd like to share a presentation. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to click on that share button and I'm going to go and find that presentation. Now, because I'm not using Office 365, you can see it's not being pulled in under the PowerPoint tab. But again, no worries, we can just browse for that file. So I'm going to click on browse, and then I'm going to browse for my computer. I'm going to quickly select that file. We now have this PowerPoint opening up in Microsoft Teams. Now, as soon as this presentation is opened up on my screen, the mobile device will also see that presentation. So that means I'm presenting the presentation to them. I have a number of additional features here. I can flick through these, and then as I progress through the presentation, it automatically changes it on their mobile device. I can also go back to that share button, and I can load up a whiteboard similar to some of the other applications. So here under the whiteboard functionality, I have the Microsoft Whiteboard. And this is our whiteboard that we can now use to draw and sketch out some ideas. Let's go back to those sharing functions, and let's now share our screen. Now I can either share my full desktop or a window. Now I'm going to share my desktop. There we go. And you can either include or not include your system audio. So make sure that you tick this if you are presenting a video or something that includes audio. So I'm going to share my desktop. And there we go. This is now being presented to the attendees. As you can see on the mobile view, they can see my entire desktop until I click on this button right here. And this button is going to signal that I no longer want to share my screen. So let's go ahead and click on that. And there we go. We've now stopped the screen sharing. Okay, brilliant. We've had a meeting. We've met all our participants and our students are happy. Let's end the meeting. But you will see that the attendee is still in the meeting room. So that's something to be aware of in terms of student safety. And we're going to hang up on the mobile view as well. Now, as soon as everyone's left that meeting, you can see there's a note there in our channel. Now, at the top, you can see that part of our recent activity, we have that meeting. This is great to keep track of how often you've met or who's met with who and when these meetings took place. Now, you can also leave some follow-up replies and you can leave some messages to follow up on what was discussed earlier. So let's go ahead and click on reply, and then let's just say, great meeting, thank you for joining. So we're going to type up, great meeting, thank you for joining. And there we go, we can send this, and now everyone will see that reply. And these are some of the basics in Microsoft Teams that will allow you and enable you to teach your lessons online, share resources, share files, and brainstorm together as a class. Now, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure you scroll down to that description and that you let me know what are some of your favorite
Okay, that is basically to use the Microsoft Teams. As you can see, you can use the Microsoft Teams through the smartphone, desktop, and laptop. You can download the Microsoft Teams, and you just to set up the program of Microsoft Teams in your device. And after that, as I told you first, like the functions or the options, the feature of Teams is the main feature to use the Microsoft Teams. After this, we will try to use the function or the menu of Microsoft Teams. That before we just to practice to create your team, we will see the type of the team in Microsoft Teams in the one video. This video just to show you the types of the Microsoft Teams. It's very short video, and after that we will create your team. Okay, just to about 5 minutes. Just to show
my name is
you
Seti, and welcome back to
about the different type of team. Okay. For the education, like a type of team is very important. If you select the classroom type, you can use the feature or function to create your online course. Okay. Just is now.
The channel where we make educational technology easy for you. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the 4 types of teams that you can create within Microsoft Teams, how they are different, and some of my favorite features within each of these. So let's dive into it with another flipped classroom tutorial. Now, if you've been on Microsoft Teams before, then you'll know that we always start by creating a team. So let's go ahead and do that together now. I'm going to click on Create a Team. and then I'm going to select the Create Team button. Now, the first thing you'll see is that 4 different types show up. Now, it's important that you understand these different types and that you also select the correct one. Now, the first type, this is the class type, has a couple of unique features to it. One of those being the assignments. So if you want to set assignments for your students and then mark their work, you will have to select the class type. Now, I've got more information about assignments linked in the card at the top, but you can always watch that video after this one. Now, the second type is the professional learning community, and this is where you're going to be working together with colleagues and do a lot of planning. Now, this also has a number of unique features. Now, the third is a staff tab, again, with its own feature sets, and then the final one is other. Now, this is great for after-school clubs, or maybe your local book club, or any other club that you can think of. Maybe some study groups, some little work groups where you're working with a range of different people. Now, let's go to the first one, which is the class style, and let's have a look at some of the unique features there. I'm going to click on class, and I'm going to give it a description. So I'm going to call this demo class. Now, we don't need to add a description, but you can always add that description. I am not going to invite anyone to this theme, so I'm going to skip that. And here we have our standard setup. Now, because this is a class theme, you are immediately presented with the option to upload some class materials. So when I click on this right here, I'm going to jump into that Files tab that you can see at the top, and I can start uploading my own materials. These can be files you already have in OneDrive or files that are currently still on your computer. So here you see we have that class materials folder, and I can start uploading files into that folder. So when I click on New, I can create a brand new file, or I can create a folder. So let's go ahead and create a folder. Demo files class. We're going to create. You can see this adds a second folder right there underneath that main folder. Now, every member of this team will have access to these files. So let's jump into that folder and let's upload a file. We're going to jump in and we're going to upload a file now. We're going to click upload, and I'm going to upload a single file. Now, I'm going to upload this Loom Recorder Guide for Beginners file, and as soon as this is uploaded, it is now available to all the other members of this team. Now, remember, we are in a class team, so this is a great way of sharing files with your students or additional information about any topic that you've taught. Now, here you can see this file is already uploaded, and when I click on it, I open up the file and I can now start a conversation about that file. So when I click on Start Conversation, we can start talking about this file. So, have you found any new tricks in this document? And we're going to send that. Now, this is now linked to that file, and so anyone who opens up this file can see that conversation, and everyone can add their own information to it, their ideas, their questions, or anything you can think of. Now, here at the top, you'll see that there are 3 more tabs, and these are unique to the class type. Now, the first one is our class notebook, and this is using OneNote within Teams, and it becomes a notebook shared for the entire class where you can do your brainstorming and share ideas and really get down to the content of what you're trying to teach. Now, the first time you open this up, you are going to have to set up your class notebook. So let's go ahead and do that together. We're going to click on Setup Notebook, and we're going to select a blank notebook. Now, here you get a quick overview of what your class notebook can do, and also the different types of permissions. So you can see here that teachers can edit the content, but students can also edit the content. So it's really a place for collaboration. You can see that teachers can edit the content and teachers can view the content when you're looking at the content library. Or the student notebooks, well, there again, both can edit, but they cannot edit each other's. Let's click on Next. And by default, you get a number of different sections there. You can add your own sections, but for this demonstration, we're just going to leave it as it is and click Create. This is now creating our class notebook, and if you remember, we have those different permissions. Well, those different areas within the class notebook, they are also being created right now. And here we go. We are now inside our class workbook. So let's just open up the sidebar, and then here you see those different spaces. If you remember, we have the collaboration space where we can edit, but also our students can edit as well. Then we have the content library where it's just the teacher editing and the students can view things. These are the different areas that were mentioned prior to this, but you can see there is also an overview here where it is organized in 3 different parts. The student notebooks, it's a private space they have, the content library, and then the collaboration space. So the class notebook within Microsoft Teams is a very valuable tool, especially if you're going to be using this for online teaching. Then the second one is the Assignments tab, and this is where you can set assignments for your students. And then finally, we have the Grades tab. In the Grades tab, you get an overview of all the different activities that you've set, so the different assignments that you've already graded, and then also how well your students have done. So this is the first type of teams that you can create. Great for classrooms, brilliant if you as teacher are going to be inviting your students to join your online class. Now let's go on to the second type, and the second type is the PLC or professional.
Okay. Now, we know about how to use the basically function, the basically feature of classroom. Now we will practice to use the meeting function of classroom. You see the bottom of taskbar. You can see the icon. The icon one. This is a camera, like a camera icon. Just to you can use for turn on and off your camera. And the next one is the speaker or microphones. You can use for the speaker receive your voice. And the next one, if you see share that is meaning if you want to share your screen, you just to use that. And another one like a more action three dot, it has a many of function. Now we will be practiced to blur or the show background. Everybody just to select the function of show background effect and use the blur background. Or you can use the another background setting. If your background is busy, the environment is busy, you can select the background. The program just to preparing the background for you. I think about 10 or 12 of background you can use that. The simple you can use the blur background. And this practice, this workshop, we just to use the select the background. Everybody should please to change your background. Yeah. And another one, I will show you the raise your hand. Next one is raise your hand. It's close up the three dot. Raise your hand, that is meaning when your student want to talk, want to answer, you just to use the raise your hand. If student just to raise your hands, that is meaning the student want to talk, want to answer you. And you can apply in your course. If you ask the question and you want to know student understand or student to understand your question, to understand your teaching or not, you can tell them, raise your hand. If you understand, please raise your hand to show me. So your student can raise your hand. And next one like a meeting chat. Meeting chat, that is meaning you need to contact, you need to communicate with the typing the text, with the chat, with your student. And the chat that it show you in the right side. And the next one is that it show about the people or the participant that enjoy in meeting. You can see the name of student in this participation menu. So when you want to see that, you have to click on the participation that it show your participation, your student name. Normally in university, we just to use the account in NU account. Student and lecturer have the NU account. The team just to supporting for institute account. If you use the personal account, you just to be a guest. To like when you create the team, you just to invite as a guest. But if you use the institution account, you can join, you can connect with your student. Just you only search your name, your student name, that it show you. For example, I search my student Chumpon, that it show me Chumpon. That this is the name of Chumpon. Yeah, in the NU account mail. See, if you want to invite your student, you can use this menu participation. One menu is very important for all lecturer. That is, you use the share. How to use the share menu? For share menu, if you want to share your presentation, your PowerPoint, ebook, website, YouTube, or something like that, you just to click share. And after that, you just to select the file or the window that you want to share. For me, if I want to share the PowerPoint, I just to click the menu share, and after that, they will show the dashboard, the window, and you select what the window you want to present. You just to click that to create the blue frame. What the frame you need to show that, you just to click mouse one time, and after that you can waiting. And after that, you select the file that you want to show. Sorry. Okay. Wait a minute. The slow signal. Wait a minute. See, if you select share, you select the frames or the window you want to share, you want to present, then they will show. See, now I show about presentation. So my presentation that is show to everybody. Yeah. Let's see. If you want to stop to show the screen, you just to push in the tab. In the top of the screen, that is show the stop presenting. You just to click the stop presenting. Just to come back into your meeting. Now we have to show and use the menu of show background effect. Everybody please to change the effect, and I need one volunteer or two volunteer to show how to use the sharing screen, the sharing window. And everybody can chatting together. Yes. Try to use the menu of meeting. Hey. now I think have someone for the meeting menu I think everybody can use it. All right. Do you have a question about the meeting tab menu? If no one have a question, we will create a team. We will create a team now. Okay. Let's see if hey Labaya, that is good. Okay, now we will create a team. Let's see if you want to create a team. You just click in the team menu in the tab in the left side of screen one time. For me, I have many of classes. Let's see if you can see in the screen. I have many of classes. When you want to create a new team, you want to create your online course, you click the team, you click the icon team. After that, look at the right side of the screen, in the top of screen. You will see the symbol join or create a team. Join or create a team. You click one time. You click one time. Everybody can do follow me. Can do follow me. You click one time.
Can I see your screen?
Really? Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry. Okay, now everybody can see my screen, all right? In the Microsoft team, all right? Mr. Gittipong. Okay, everybody, you just to select the team icon in the left side. You see team icons. Yeah. If you want to create or join a team, you just to click, look at the right side of screen, have a join or create team. You just click one time. So you will coming in the join or create a team. Everybody in this page or not? Okay, I estimate everybody in this page. When you want to join the team or when you want to create a team, let's see, if you want to join the team, in this morning, everybody just to join a team with a code, right? So you just to see that join a team. If you want to join a team with code, you just to give the code from the host, and after that you type the code in this blank. And if you want to create a team, you just to select the create a team menu, one time. See, and after that you select a team type. Doesn't show you in the video in the team type. We have a 4 team type: class, PLC, staff, or author. Normally we just use the class if you want to design your online course. Because why we have to select the class? Because of the function of the class that have a menu, have a function to helping you to design the class. So we have to select class. Then you have to create your team. The name of the team, that is meaning the topic or the name of your course. For example, this is the test demo 1. Description, just to like a description about your course. What is your course? What is your topic? For example, that is test designing online course. Blah blah blah. Then you just to click next. After that, they request for add the people. If you know your member account, as a student, you have the email of the student in your hand, you can typing your student email. Or if you have the invite the teacher, you have to invite the member to be a teacher, join in your team, such as I invite Dr. Kittipong, such as I invite the Chumpon. I know the email, so I typing the email. That is show Kittipong, Hum Huang. That's right. If the member have a NU email already, when you type the name, that is show the email. That is show the email. Both of student and teacher. If you know the name and they have their email already, that is show the email. You can click the name. You can click the name to join with him, and then you click add it. But if you don't know, you want to create a team, you want to create a classroom, only the classroom, you don't want to add the people, you just to select the skip. You just to select the skip. That is allow you to go the next page also. Let's see. Now we can get the classroom. That is easy. That is easy. Now I think if everybody just to do follow me, you can get your online classroom. Your online classroom. Now we have to build a room. Only room. Nothing in the room. So if you need to create your material, you can push the file, you can attach the file in your classroom. Let's see. I will introduce you about the function to use to manage your course. Okay. You can see the menu of your course in the top of the screen in this side, in the general, in the top of screen, and in the left side also. In the left side of screen, they have the menu also. If you want to manage your class, such as to add the member, delete a team, create a code or something like that, you just to click 3 dot behind the name of class. Behind the name of class, you can see the menu that is look like in the screen. First, manage team. That is meaning how you manage and set up everything in your team, like this one. When you click manage team, the dashboard in the space that will show you the sub menu, member, channel, setting, analytics, and apps. Let's see, member. In the manage team, in the sub menu of member, you can add the member. When you want to add a member, just only click the add the member. Then that is same. The last step. You can type in your student email or teacher email. That's right. See? Okay. The next one is channel. That is mean you can create the classroom. For example, if you teach many section, you can create the channel. Let's see, for example, if you click add channel, this add channel name had a sub channel, had a section. In one subject, maybe you have a many sec 1, add it. Let's see. If you click add channel, that is create the channel for you. The channel, you can classify with the topic, you can classify with the section that you're teaching. Okay, return to the mains menu. Return to the mains menu. 3 dots in the manage team. Okay. Next one is, I think is have something is very important for you. Setting. The setting menu, the setting sub menu. You can use this menu for create team code. If you remember, before this, we will join with team code. When you want to create the team code, the name, the course of your classroom, of your online course, this classroom, you just to coming in the 3 dot and select manage team, and after that select sub menu setting, and next you select team code just to share its code so people can join directly with code. Yeah. Next, you have to generate. Just only one time, only one course per classroom. You generate. And this one. This is the course of the demo one. And next one, you can copy the course, or you can click the full screen and print screen to copy this picture to send to your friends, send to your colleagues, send to your student to join the classroom with this code. Yeah, I think it's very important for you to know about this menu team course. For another things, if you don't want to manage the thing, I think all in the setting menu, only team course, you just to use only team course. That is basically to using. Another one like analytics, that is meaning how many people to use that, how many class and how many participants to do in this classroom. The menu just to analytics, the statistic for you. You can see the statistic. Yes, and you can select the channel. That is show the separate all channel or the sub channel. If you have a section 1 to 10, that is you can select the activity what student just to coming to join in your classroom to do activity in your classroom. That is show the last 90 days, 3 months. They just to collect the data is 3 months. And next one is apps, that is meaning you can use many more application under the Microsoft. You can select this application to use to emblem in your classroom. That's right. Okay. And next one of the menu. Go back to 3 dot. Behind the names of your classroom. One is manage team. We just to use for manage the member, manage the channel, set up the course analytics, and adding application. Another one like a add channel. Let's see, add channel. If you select add channel, that is same. You use the channel in manage team. Let's see. If you use the add member, that is same. The sub menu of manage team to use to add the member. But another one is very important. Leave the team. That is meaning you leave from the team, but the team still being. Such as if you create a group for meeting, you be a leader. So if you want your staff, you want your colleagues just to talk each other without you, you can leave the team. Just only you to leave the team, but the team still be. Edit team, that is meaning what's the edit team? Edit team, just edit the names, edit the level, edit the subject. Just only the name of the subject. You subject just to the categories of the subject. You can edit the icon of the classroom. Let's see. From D1 to change the icon of the classroom. Yes. Go back the three dot. Next menu, get link to team. Get link to team. That is link of this classroom. This is a link of this classroom. You just to, if you select the get a link of the team, that is show the links of team. And after that, you copy the links. You copy the links and send in email and or send in the messenger to your friends, to your student. Yes. If you the link sometimes you can see the link is very long, so that I just recommend for you to create a code. It's easy to use it. It's easy to use it. The next one, like a manage tag. Manage tag. You give a tag. You give a tag. Let's see. Yes. You give tag just to want to menting. You meant for someone assign for you give a tag. Have someone comments on someone. So now no have a tag. I will create. Tag names. You want to tag someone. Yeah, that is same in Facebook. You want to tag someone in this classroom, in this message. That is same. Another one, the last one, delete the team. If you create the team by yourself and you don't like it, something is mistakes, you need to delete the team. You can select this function, this menu. It's different from leave the team. Leave the team, only you to leave the team. Only you to leave the team. The team is still be that. Still use it. Still, another one is still to join the team. But delete the team, everybody to disappear. To disappear. Yeah. Sometimes if you finish for meeting, if you finish for one course, you need to delete the team. You just to coming in your team. Click and select your team. And after that, go to the T dot, more option, and select delete the team. So your team just to disappear. Just to disappear. Okay. Let's see. Now, I think everybody can create a team or not. I think everybody can create your team. And next, I will show you the post. If you coming, you create your team in the post, in the general. Normally, the program just to create the general, you can add the channel. You can add the channel, many channel. Yeah. In the channel, you can manage one by one also. One by one also. Let's see, every channel have a more option. Have a more option. That is same the main classroom. So coming back in the main classroom. In the main classroom. In the main classroom, you just to select the general. The general just to cover all. In the big room to cover all section. In the general, what we can do that? Let's see in the tab in the top of screen. They have the menu of post. Post, that is meaning you want to post something. You want to send a message to your student, to your friends. That is post like you take the message. Let's see, if you click the post, you just to use the function in below the screen. You can say, you can typing, yeah. You can attach file. you can send the emojicon sticker. You can send the sticker to show. Yes. And you can start to meeting. You can start to delivery the knowledge. You can start to sharing. That's I told you first, like a Microsoft team. The meeting. This is heart and soul of Microsoft team. When you start to teaching, you just to create the room, you just to create the team, and enroll and add your member of the team. And after that, you click start meeting now. Start meeting now. The host of meeting, who is the start the meeting, they can record the meeting. They can record the meeting. Let's see, if you start the meeting, they need you add a subject for demo 1. You just to set up the name and you click the meet now. Then just to start the meeting. How to know start the meeting? How to know start the meeting? That it shows symbol of light, the light in the video, in your speaker. Okay, I will come back in your meeting general. If you need to hang out the meeting, you just to select the hang up. Yeah. See? Every activity just to recording in the dashboard of post. Yeah. Okay. Now, let's see on file menu. File menu, that is helping you to upload or download the file from your cloud storage in the OneNote, in the Drive or something like that. And that you can upload the file from your computer. You just to click the upload and select the file. And select the file from your computer. Let's see. Or you can create the folder. If you have many files, you want to upload many files. I think that is easy for you. You just to create the new folder and you just to hold all of file and in the topic, in the one topic by one topic to create the new folder. Let's see the tab news, upload, copy links, download, and add the cloud storage. This all of menu just to helping you to create the file. To keep in your classroom. That is material of your classroom. And next one is class notebook. Class notebook just to give student private space for note and to working together. You just to set up the notebook like a select blank notebook or maybe like that. จริงเหรอ เคได้ยินเสียงไหมคะได้ยินเสียงไหมคะ
Okay.
ได้ยินเสียงไหมคะโอเค
ได้ยินแล้วค่ะอาจารย์ได้ยินแล้วค่ะ
โอเค
เมื่อสักครู่นี้เสียงหายไปค่ะ
ค่ะขอบคุณค่ะคราวนี้ยังเห็นหน้าจอของอาจารย์ไหมคะยังเห็นหน้าจอที่เป็น general ไหมคะ
หน้าจอไม่เห็นค่ะตอนนี้เห็นเป็นหน้าอาจารย์ค่ะ
อ้าวเหรอคะเดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงนะโอเคโอเค
ค่ะเห็นหน้าจออาจารย์แล้วค่ะ
เห็นหน้าจอแล้วนะคะโอเค in this team in two menu assignment and gradeชุมพล are you here
Okay. Yes.
okay Shumpon just to introduce you about the assignment and grades just to working together Shumpon let's start Shumpon
Okay. Next, I will introduce how to use the menu assignment and grade. First, if you want to assign the work for your student, you can come here in the assignment menu. Here you can assign the work or you can assign a test for your student. If you want to assign your work for your student, you can click Get Start here. When you click Get Start, the window will change here, and you will see the Create button here. If you want to assign the work for your student, you click Create, and you will see three menus here. First, assignment, quiz, and form existing. If you want to assign the word, you click assignment. I will try it for you. Assignment. Then when you click assignment, the window will change here. You will see a lot of menu here. First, the title. Title is what you want to tell them about this assignment. If I want to assign them, I take the title here. Info, graphic, work, one. For the instruction, you can describe about your work here. What do you want? What do you want them to work or to do for you for your work? You can type here. Info graphic. Online with cloud computing program. It's about the instruction. It's separate of your work, and then the point you can take the point for your student, 10 point or 20 point, or if someone want to make the rubric score for your student, you can click here about add the Rubik score, and you come here. You will see this window. It has two menus. First, upload Rubik. If you have the file about in the Microsoft Excel, you can upload Rubik here. Or you want to create a new Rubik score, you can click here, a new Rubik score. Yes. The window is about this, and you have to fill the title, description, and here is the choice that you take for your student. You can take the choice here, and you can change this field. Excellent, good, fair, or poor. It's separate of your work. If it's done, you can click at the attach in the bottom of this form. Or if you don't want to add the Rubik, you can make this point here. And then the menu about the assign to. Here you can edit about the class that you have. You have to assign the works. This is our class here. This is our team here, and you can edit about the participant that you want to take the assignment to them. Normally, I always edit here is all student. I always take the all student. And then the menu about the date due. The date due is the deadline about your work. You can edit here. This is the date, and the next one is the time. You can do this. And the last menu of assignment work. Here is setting. You can edit where you want to post the assignment to them. In our team, it does have the general room. You have to choose the general. And when you edit all of this, you will see this button, assign button. You have to click here, and then your assignment will appear here. And your student can turn in their works here. When you click in the assignment and about our work that I have created, you will see this. This page is show you about the student in our class. They already turned in your work or not. You can see here, and you can put them the point here. You can put them the point here for the student that turned in your works already. This about the assignment work here. When you finish to put the point to your student, you can see the grade here for assignment that you give to them. You can see in this page. Two of this menu is linked together. If you give them the assignment, you can see the grade here. Or when you give them the test, you also see the grade here. my work that I give to them infographic work one, but it don't show the status or point because my student don't turn in the work for me. And then I will introduce you to create a test in the Microsoft team. Normally when you go to YouTube, you open YouTube to find how to create a test in Microsoft team. Every video there will teach you. You have to click create and quiz here. But today I will show you. I will introduce you the easier way to create the quiz, to create the test, to use in the Microsoft team. First I will change the sharing. I will change the sharing page on my Microsoft team. First, you have to go to your browser. It's separate of your browser. Someone use Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Firefox. Firstly, you have to log in. You have to log in the office.com. You have to log in the office.com by using your NU mail. By using your NU mail first. You have to log in here. I will give you a link. You can go this link I give you in the chat. The login button is in the right corner of the page here in my cursor. You have to log in by your NU mail, because if you log in by your personal email, you will not get some of the option about the office here. And then when you log in like my page here, you will see the office application here: Outlook, OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint, Team, and a lot of apps here. Everybody, you have to click here, all of apps here, and you go to Microsoft Form here, Microsoft Form here. When you go to Microsoft Form is the app that you can create some question form or test here. It just have to menu to create new form. You see this? You see this in my cursor. This is what when you want to create a test, you click here. And then the page will change here. If someone has used the Google form, it's likely. First, you have to fill your title of your test. first you have to fill your title of your test, and then you have to describe about what you want your student to do your test here. Push. Collect. Insert. Yes, you fill this, two of this, and then you will see the green button. I think in the English, this menu is add new. You click here. You will see the menu of the create the new question. First is you click the first here. And then they will change to the next window. You can fill the question for your test here. You can fill your question here. The next one is the first choice of your test. If you want to add more choice, you click here. And more choice, you can click here, the plus button here. When you fill your question and you fill your choice already, you will you take your mouse cursor to the right to the correct answer, and you will see this three menu. If you want to correct the correct answer, you have to tick here. You have to tick here. And this is your first test here. If you want to add more question, you will see this plus button also. You click here, and this is the next question, the second question. You can fill also. If your question, if you want to add a photo to your question, you can click this button, insert media here. You can put the picture or video to your question in the Microsoft form. If you finish your question already, you go back to your Microsoft Teams program. You go back to your Microsoft Teams program and you go to the assignment, create, and quiz. Yeah, your question, your test that you make in the Microsoft form will appear here, and you can to fill this option, all of these option, like the assignment, and click assign. And your test will appear in the assignment menu in the Microsoft Teams. Your student can do this test, and the point can show in the gate, like the assignment work. Yes, you can click to see the point here in the grade menu. Okay.
Okay, finish. Yeah, that is all like the grade menu and the assignments menu just to work each other, and that is easy way to create your testing. You just to use the email in the platform of NU, so that it's easy to create the test, the assignment, the test, and the like the form, any form. Yes, you just to use in separate of the team. When you create already, that it will link each other, that it work together, that is appear in your team also after you create your form, your Microsoft form finished. So this morning I will introduce you about how to design your online course and how to use the Microsoft team. I just focus only the necessary menu, the necessary icon to helping you to create course and manage your course and manage your media, your assignments, and show your guests and give the feedback to your student. I hope you can get some benefits from this present. So I have to say thank you for your attention and thank you for your joy in present today. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you Dr. Kitipong Phumphwang and Chumpon Phasomsat just to helping me in the present today. Thank you everybody. Okay, everybody should to do the assignment, choose to do the form of assignment.
Open your cam.
Open แล้วพี่มา
Not show.
Definitely. Okay. You just to do the assignment form like a CITCOMS just to show you. โชว์ทางไหนคะ the staff just to show in Facebook should to please to come to do the certification form. Yeah, the survey form. That's right. Okay, thank you everybody and enjoy your lunch.